Well, here we go on this cold and clear Winnipeg morning. And I'm noticing on my thermometer over there on the clock it says minus 22.7. But you know what? Earlier this morning, I think it was around minus 25. It seems to me I'm going to be talking about that. Anyway, let's roll back here in order for this to all sort of make a little bit more sense. Yeah, we'll see you in a few minutes. I kind of feel like that lady walking into the bus depot carrying a cake. Okay, now, it has been such an unusual day at the model table today. At this moment, episode 1080 is still processing. I'll probably get it on up on time tonight. But a little while ago, the element came from my oven. Remember I ordered a new one? But you know what? I'm not even going to open the box. At least not for a while. Maybe when my neighbor comes over for coffee in about 28 minutes, we'll open it, because he knows about my oven. What a funny day. And I really want to do something here on the model Rodney. Yeah, well, I think that probably nipping off these little pizzas is going to help me to relax. I'm feeling kind of uptight. I'm feeling almost stressed. There's been other stuff happened today too. Nothing serious, it's just kept me from, doing what I like doing. So, yeah, we will work on the model a little bit later, unless something else happens. Yeah, probably around 4 o'clock I'll sit down here and say, I'm starting to feel tired. Well, I wouldn't be surprised because I was up extra early this morning. Now, today was grocery day. And I didn't have a whole lot, but it was kind of heavy, a lot heavier than I thought. I should have used the walker to carry that box on. Anyway, I guess there was a lot of heavy stuff, like there was cabbage and cucumbers and, that kind of stuff. Speaking of cabbage, I think I got overcharged on the cabbage. I just couldn't get it to work out with what's said on the bill. But then it does seem to me that, a few months ago, I got something for nothing, so I guess I can't complain. Anyway, let's just press the stop button here and get ourselves a little bit better organized. At least I'm not depressed. Yeah, stressed but not depressed. Yeah. Now, how could I be depressed when we had such a nice sunrise this morning, which I didn't get to show you, it just didn't work out. But maybe we should take a look at it right now. Keep in mind, it's for you it'll be yesterday's sunrise, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about this. Okay, I did turn the helping hands around here so I could bring our little part closer to the lens. And I'm about as close as I can get with this lens. Now, it seems to me that we did not have good luck, and it's probably described in one of those 3 videos that our friend told us about, and I put the links in yesterday's episode. But I think that when we tried to place the seat on the pedestal that is on the seat bracket here, we didn't have very good luck. But it seems to me that I found, and I don't know when it was, at what stage in the build, but it seems to me that we concluded that if we were to leave the part, now I don't want to touch it with this because it'll pick it up again, so we'll get Mr. T's poking device here. It seems to me that what we did was we put the seat dimple up right close to the edge of something, and if I remember right, what we used was the steady rest that I'd made for the Bismarck, and we had it right against the edge like that. Then what we did was we took the seat, the seat bracket, and instead of having it right side up, we had it upside down, and we very carefully brought it down and touched it onto the dimple, which we had applied a little dollop of CA glue. That's what I sort of remember we did, but it could be that we did something different. But I think that's what I'm going to try, because I think that's the best way to go at this point. And I know that these plastic parts that we just nipped off here, they need flashing and whatnot trimmed off, but I want to get these pieces done first, and otherwise we're sort of getting ahead of ourselves here. All right, let's put this in a safe location here if we can. Okay. Oh, one thing I want to mention. In yesterday's episode, I may have hurt some people's feelings, and I sure didn't mean to. And I don't know, I haven't read the comments yet from episode 1080. But I didn't mean to hurt anybody's feelings, anybody who had given me good advice and so on, and I appreciate that. That's not what I was talking about. What I was talking about was that if I try personally to take on more than I can handle at this stage in my life, then it becomes overwhelming. I'm talking about the model building right now. If you've been giving me comments and good advice and saying, why don't you do it this way? Why don't you do it that way? Or you could have made a little jig and and fasten these things up with a jig and stuff like that. Yeah, I know about that. That's not what I was talking about. So yeah, keep those comments coming. Keep them coming. I guess what I was trying to say is, please bear with me when what I do this year is not quite as good as what I did last year. I think that's what I was trying to say. Okay, now here is what makes me think that possibly we didn't do this exactly the way I thought we had. And that is because if I take a little bit of CA glue and then as soon as I apply it with my applicator here, the seat is going to stick to the applicator. It's not going to stay down there. I just know from experience that's what's going to happen. And on the other hand, if we were to use, a piece of masking tape turned up and sticky side up, if you know what I mean, if we were to do that, then what's going to happen is the seat is going to stick to the masking tape, and yes, I'm going to be touching the upside down pedestal right in that little dimple there that you probably can't see because I'm too far back. But we will put the macro lens on, don't worry. And then as soon as you lift the part away from the seat, it's just the seat is going to stay stuck on the masking tape. So I'm thinking that maybe what we had done is, let me move this out of the way here. Okay, maybe what we had done is we had, let's say we were going to try and stick the seat on this one right here. Maybe we had put a little bit of CA on the pedestal, and then very carefully came in. Now, of course, the pedestal would have to be adjusted, and if you notice that dimple is longer one way than the other. It's sort of like a modern television screen, 16 by 9. In other words, it's not a square or round, perfectly square or round hole, so you're going to want to have it so that I'm just slowly trying to turn it here. And I want to have it as close to the edge as I can get it, so that it will clear the side of this thing here. Now we're just sort of doing a dry run here. And let me get myself down so I can sort of see. Yeah, that sort of works. It almost, oh no. Oh, Ron, you broke off the thing. Well, maybe now's a chance that I can, as long as it's broken off, why don't we try and put it on right? I like the thought of drilling holes, Another setback. Okay. Okay, a couple of minutes has passed here, and I've thought about it, and I think I'm probably going to just frustrate myself by trying to drill little holes in the top here, and then try and get these little arms to fit into the holes. I think what's going to happen is they're either going to be too far apart or too close together, or maybe it's not going to work out as I'd hoped, and like I say, I'm just going to frustrate myself. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to glue it back on the way it was. Sorry, folks. Okay, I have very carefully glued it back on, and I have reinforced the other one. I had forgotten to reinforce these. I think I even talked about doing it, and I didn't do it. So it probably took very little pressure to break it off, so it should be better now. It still can be broken off if I'm not careful, but now I was going to take the curing agent and put some curing agent on, but I think I could be wrong, but I think that the join is stronger if it cures slowly and naturally instead of being sort of forced. I think the joint is probably less powdery. That's just my opinion, and I've never really tested it or looked at it under a microscope. So I'm just going by what I think, and I think if we leave this overnight and let it'll be a lot stronger. So in other words, we'll see you in the morning. Well, it is morning, and when I was repositioning here, I accidentally knocked over my helping hands. Well, Murphy's Law says, you're going to break something off, if not both of them, and I did. I've glued it back on, and this time I used the curing agent because I didn't want to wait. Okay. What can I say? Let's reposition here. See if we can get at least one seat glued on camera. Just a few moments ago, I was watching a little rabbit in our surveillance system, and it was hopping around where the carrot patch was. And, yeah, I feel kind of bad. I know that right now there's a couple of feet of snow there, and there probably are remnants of carrot. but it can't get to it. Now, like I say, I'm feeling kind of bad because I know that in my fridge I have fresh carrots. But I also know that right now I'm sitting in the computer room and right beside me is a thermometer that tells me that it's minus 21 Celsius outside. So, yeah, I'm torn between feeling bad for the rabbits and do I really want to go outside and try and get the snowblower going? Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens today. Now, just a very few minutes later, I looked at my thermometer again and it said minus 25. And I thought, my goodness, how could it have dropped that much that fast? Then I realized what was happening. I was looking at the wrong thermometer. I was looking at the thermometer that tells me the temperature of the inside of my fridge and freezer. Now, mind you, isn't that something? It's colder outside than it is in my freezer. Okay. I have not rehearsed this. This is going to be everything that we're going to be sort of winging it and playing it by ear. Where's my wax pencil gone? Okay, I do believe that the slot is orientated the right way, just by luck. Now, I think it was Vic was mentioning that I should maybe be cleaning these off before I try to glue them together, but I do see something on the top of the seat there. I guess it'd be the bottom of the seat, and it almost looks like maybe it is wax from the waxed pencil, but I'm thinking that because it's not where the dimple is, it's probably going to glue pretty good. Now, we're going to take one of these things here and try and hold it upside down. Let's do an easy one because we're going to be doing this on camera. So I would think that probably one of the easier ones. Well, the hardest one would be the one that's closest to the camera now. It's underneath that plastic part there. But I think that probably any one of the other three should be fairly easy. So let's just take one here, turn it upside down. Now, I don't know if I can do this on camera or not. I can give it a try. Maybe I think I better put on the stronger glasses. Okay. Now I'm going to want to hold this in my right hand because I think I'm the most steady with my right hand, but truth is I'm clumsy with both. Okay. Alright, now we want to put a tiny little bit of a little thread or something on that thing. I think maybe what it was it wasn't the thread so much as it was from the CA glue. Now, we're not going to do that one. We're going to do this one here. All right. Now, the thought is there. Now, if I turn that right side up so that gravity is our friend, it should hold it in place there. Right? Let's give it a try. All right, it's the seat is not perfectly level here. I don't know if I should try to make it flatten it out. I use the flat end of Tony's tweezers here. Yeah, I think I got it. Just let me bring it back to where I think it's in focus. Yeah. Okay. Now my thinking is I'll do that 7 more times off camera. Okay. Maybe I'll put this up here. That way it might be safer, as long as I don't drag a cord over it. Okay. Now, earlier this morning, I had been outside, and I knew it was really cold. And I thought, I do not want to be cranking up the snowblower in this cold weather and trying to clear a path to the carrot pad. And so I thought, why don't I just put a few carrots out the front here? And I knew that I didn't want to have them in the front because of the rabbit droppings. But for a few days, I mean, how many rabbit droppings are they going to drop there? Well, probably too many. But yeah, maybe I'm just too kind-hearted or something. But I was kind of feeling really bad about our rabbits. It's really cold, and there's nothing really for them to eat out there. Okay, just call me an old softy, I guess. Anyway. Okay, here's what's been happening. I probably spent about 2 hours coaxing my laptop into doing the 2-camera thing. I get a kick out of doing that. And I spend way too much time doing that. I sort of got it. I don't have any fancy fades or blends or anything like that, but I kind of got the one camera to be on top of the other. Usually what I have to do is have either one or the other, but not both at the same time. And like I've said before, the laptop is struggling. Right now it's trying to render the footage that we took. Now, about the new carrot spot at the front of the house. I've got the pan tilt zoom camera that's mounted on the front of the house aimed at the new carrot spot. And I've got the motion sensor set. Now, I'm not expecting to see anything happen during the day. I haven't noticed anything yet. And it's been probably going on 5 hours now, I guess. But I think possibly during the night we might see something. But that's going to be in tomorrow's rollback. Also in tomorrow's rollback will be how did I make out with the remaining 7? Because I haven't done any of them yet. I spent too much time editing. Yeah, like I say, I enjoy doing that. So, okay. I think we're going to wind today's episode up. I'm almost positive I'm going to be working at this later this afternoon or this evening. And it'll be in tomorrow's rollback. So, thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we'll be seeing you tomorrow. And something I forgot to mention here but was gonna. So I'm going to do it now. We're going to have to check out the new element that came for the oven. Yeah, yesterday when I was having coffee with a neighbor, I was talking about it and looking at it, and yeah, I concluded that it looks like it's going to fit, even though it is not the same part number and that kind of stuff. But we'll check that out in tomorrow's rollback. Just wanted to let you know so you'd have something to look forward to, other than maybe I might do something on the model ship.